Hi everyone, this is Deborah, welcome back. I just wanted to share with you today some new things for my Etsy shop and some other things that I've got to show you as well. So what these are is they are the little laundry labels. So they come in this really cute little box. Must be a different size box for each one. And I got the boxes, but I'm going to have to work out something to do with the boxes because they're beautiful. They're all in French and they won't come with the Etsy thing. So when I got them, this is what they were like, and they were unopened. I'm the first person to open this in probably, well, since it was packed, and who knows when that was, because they're very, very old, and they are French laundry monograms. So what you would do, they're linen, or I think they're a linen, maybe they're a cotton, I'm not sure. You would purchase these with your initials on them, and then you would put those, so you'd clip them apart and sew them onto your clothes or whatever it was that you wanted to make sure that was returned to you, and maybe some sheets or pillowcases or whatever it was that you wanted to sew them onto. And they're absolutely beautiful, and I got them to go in my junk journals, but I had to buy the whole box, so therefore I've got a few spare to sell. So I'll be putting these in my shop. In fact, I've done that already. And if you wanted to buy some, you will get 9 or 10 of them, 10 sets of letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about this much, about 9 inches in total that you would get. So it doesn't seem much, but I think it'll actually be good in a junk journal or something, or you could cut them apart if that were your initials. So the initials that I got were NE, not for any reason other than I quite liked, you know, the way that looked when you looked at it. And then I got RN. Unfortunately, they didn't have my initials, so I couldn't get those. And FC is another one, so I've got 5 altogether, and you can choose whichever one you want. They are a bit sort of brown because they've been in this little box for years. So they are very vintage and very authentic, and I'm just in love with them. And what else have I got? Other letter. Oh, I got LN. This is how they came, with this green dot on them. So I actually had to open them up for the first time since they were packed. You can see there, just beautiful. So LN, what others did I get? Let's put the boxes to one side and try that again. So I've got RN and LN, and FC or NE, and I can't think of the other one that I got. I know there's another one. So anyway, go have a look at my Etsy shop, because there's one more set of letters. Oh, here it is here, FM. I knew I had another one. I haven't unboxed that one yet. And just beautiful. And I think that would add a real vintage touch, an authentic vintage touch to any junk journal, which is what I'm going to use them for, of course. So I've got those. And then I got these little books. Now I have one that is in French, which I think this one. That's all written in French. Beautiful. And then these two, which are written in Latin, which is wonderful because I did Latin when I was at school. And then the other thing I wanted to show you were these. Now, these were sent to me from the UK, and I'm very lucky to get them, feeling very privileged that my cousin sent them to me. And I'm going to make her something. I'm going to make her a junk journal and use them, but I'll see what else I want to do with them first. So you can see here it's in Nottingham, and they're all around the 70s, 1972. There's this one here. I think they're all, yeah, that's 73. They're pretty much all around the 70s. A nice typed letter there. I like that they've got the Robin Hood logo on them. It's lovely, because of course that's where Robin Hood came from, Nottingham. And that's a repossession note, which is great. And they've also got the little receipts stuck on them, so lovely. And this one here, which is, that appears, oh, an electric beer pump, because they're all for a pub, and that's an electric beer pump, which was repaired for £16.35. Then we've got this one, which is, so this is for the inventory and valuation, and I've got the book. She sent me the actual book. I've got some things here for some beds and a mattress, £8.50 for a mattress. That's pretty cheap, isn't it? Some champagne glasses for £3. This is something else. I can't quite read that. I'll have to work on my reading. And this is another thing from the auctioneer valuation people. They're just beautiful. Paper's really nice too. And that's another one with the Robin Hood logo on it from the home brewery company. That's lovely. And this is the actual inventory. So I wasn't expecting to get this as well. Look how they've put it in a folder, and it's all gold embossed with the name of the auctioneer. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Isn't that lovely? And then this is the valuation for the hotel, and it's just gorgeous. And this is in the blue, so I'm not sure if this is the carbon copy, because they wouldn't normally have blue on the original. I would think it would be in black, but all of this is in blue. And what it is listing all of the information. See, public bar, the lighting, the curtains, all sorts of things listed in there. Oh, even the dartboard. That's very funny. And some rubber darts. And there's a bar table with a drum, stick legs, cross stretchers. So they've itemised every single thing. They've even said, like this one here, that red formica covering to top and moulded oak boarded front put on by home brewery company, charged to tenant in new fixtures. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm very, very privileged to have been sent these, and I love how they're, you know, they're all aged, so you get all that sort of, you know, vintage aging from the book, from the, you know, just from the years going past. There's some handwriting on some, but most of them have got notations. I guess they were checking things off to see where things got to. And look how many pages there are. Just beautiful. All the different things that they've got. Even the bathrooms are different bedrooms. So clearly it's a pub that had some sleeping quarters on it. That normally was upstairs. I was born when we had the pub, and our sleeping quarters were over the bar upstairs. And it's just lovely. So I'm very lucky, and I have to work out what I'm going to do with them, but it'll have to be something nice. And certainly I will be making a junk journal and sending it back to my cousin as a thank you for sending me all these gorgeous things, and I'll include some of them in there for her. So now I'm going to make something using the cover, and this will be for my cousin. So I'm not going to get it all done today, but I think I'll make a fairly good start on it. I thought, because this has already got eyelets in there, and I wondered what I could do with it. So I was thinking about doing a journal, because the spine is quite thick and I could reinforce it and stop it closing up. But then when I was looking at it open on the table, I thought, why not a bit of a more of a lap book, something that she can use to make notes. And I know that, like me, she likes to make have a list of things and various things that she's doing or whatever. She's also a crafter and a quilter, and I think that this would be good for her to do all those things with. And plus she also traces her family history, which is where we actually met, how we actually met. And that's why I'm going to use these Tim Holtz papers with these, you know, images of things. And I've also got things like this. This is the Tim Holtz paper pad as well, and it's got like the receipt on it. So I thought that that would be good to intermingle it with other things that are actually from the hotel. So I've started by cutting some pieces of paper and scoring them, because my idea is that I put one on each side. So you'll be able to open up one from this side and then one from this side. so you'll have different things. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I'll have to try not to make it terribly thick because I don't have a lot of room. So my other option would be to actually use that spine like I talked about and go like that and make it into more of a book, just that size. So the problem I have with that is that the pages that I want to use, I'm trying to find them now, the pages from the actual folder, they are this size. They're 8 wide and 10 tall. So if I go to a smaller size, I'm going to have to cut that off there. I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that. Plus I like that there's lots of space to write things on the back. So I'm thinking I'm going to hold my ground and just do what I was thinking of doing and put 2 sets. And plus I can put lots of envelopes and, you know, flip outs and things in here. Okay, so my first thing is to, as I said, I've cut these and I've scored them to the width of that. But I also need to put them so that I've got an idea of where the holes are going to go. No. Actually, I might turn it the other way because if I put it in here, that side is lighter. I really only need to get one done like this and then I'll be able to work the others out. If I put one here and one here, then that should be pretty good. So they'll be where I put the binding through on each side. Okay, I'm just making sure that's going to work. And then I can put a couple more things on top of this, like this one, and I've got some other pages or whatever. So that will be the basis for the whole thing, will be those holes there. Now we're in lockdown this weekend, so that's interesting. We haven't had anything like this since March last year in Brisbane where I am, but we had a very contagious case, one of the new UK strains, and so they've locked down all of us for 3 days as of 6 o'clock last night. So this will be fun, but not that I go out much anyway, so it doesn't probably bother me, but I'm sure it will bother a lot of people. So my plan would be to put this, kind of doing things a bit awkwardly here, I'm not sure why. It's just, we'll blame the lockdown, shall we? I don't know why I'm not doing this properly. Okay, just, there you go. Now what I might do, because I think that this is quite going to be difficult because it might just rip out if I leave it like that, is I'm going to fold it there and I'm actually going to glue it on to the page, to the cardstock that I'm using. So you'll still be able to open it, and you know, but I think it'll be better if I glue it on. And just see if this is going to work first. So if that were in there, you could then open that up, and because it's thin, it's fine. So that's the plan, is I would then have that. It's a little bit bigger than this. Oh, yeah. Okay, so my cardstock is a tiny bit bigger. I can trim that off before I put it in, and it will go in there. I'll just have to fix that hole. The one I did upside down didn't work very well. It's one of those days, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what's causing it? Oh, here you go. Yeah, so that's the holes of the book, and I've now got that so that I can, if I were to bind through there, I would have this thing going on. So I'm really just going to create like a stack of things on this side, I think, and then I've got this one that I have scored on the other side, and I will create a stack of things on the other side too. I just wanted to put some holes in this one too, And I love all this sort of the stuff which a lot of people might call dirt. Oh, the page is ruined, it's got marks on it, but to me that just makes it more interesting. Just beautiful. And I have also got some other pages to put in. I did this page and I've cut it a little bit too long, but I wonder, because it's, you know, this is 10 inches wide, which is the perfect size, whether I'll put it in sideways. And I think that's going to look really good in there as well, to have that, you know, that in the same sort of, I know it's sideways. I might actually put it on the other side actually, because I do want to have the date. I want to keep the date on this one. So by putting it here, and again sticking it down because I don't want it to be too flimsy. Now, for those of you that were watching when I was talking about the glue, the Helmers, and how it bubbles up, which is what it just did then, there are a couple of options that people gave me for containing that problem with trying to get it out of the tube and then with it bubbling up. Now, one of those is what I had already said, and that sort of was good to have that reinforced, is that if you keep the glue fuller, it won't bubble up, although this is, you know, full to there and it has bubbled up. So, and the other thing was to buy some cake icing bottles called Sugar Bell bottles, and I saw you could get them in 4 and 8 ounces, although at the moment I'm having trouble finding them in just the 8 ounce. They seem to want to sell you a pack of 2 4 ounce and 2 8 ounce, which I don't want. I'm happy to have 2 8 ounces, because for those who are in Australia who don't know what ounces are anymore, this is 4.23 fluid ounces, or 125 ml. So if you had 8 ounces, it would be about 250 mils. And that was from Janet Dawkins, Crafty Dork, who gave me that tip. And I had noticed, I'm not sure where she buys hers from, but certainly the ones that I was looking at were quite expensive. But if they work, and I think expensive is all relative, but for me, they seem to be quite expensive. But if they worked, I'd be happy to pay that. So I think as soon as I can find some 8 ounce ones that are sold, you know, either in pairs or by themselves, I will buy them and try them out. The other thing I've got is some tea-dyed paper, because they're always great to write on. So I'm just sort of thought I'd start to build a couple of layers, and then we'll see how it goes. We'll have to cut this down or rip this down a little bit. Let's just do that with the ruler. And then I'm kind of just putting it there like that and folding it and thinking that that will do. Now I will have to trim the top of that off as well. I may do that in the cutter when I'm done though. Once it's I'm ready to put it in. Oh, it might be fine. It's only coming to there. Oh, let me get that in shot for you, sorry. There, it's only coming there, so it's not actually too big at all. Okay, now I also want to start putting some pockets and things down. Let's fold this back nice and flat, and I have cut the, here it is, I have cut the packaging. So this is the packet of scrapbooking papers, and I've actually cut it down. Now it's a bit big for there. I may have to cut it down on here because I'm not sure I want it all the way to that edge, and it certainly can't go to the edge on here. That's okay, I can still make the pocket out of it here, and I'll just see if I want to notch it. What I'd like to do is not have this one cut in half. If I'm going to cut something in half, I'd rather it be cut in half at the edge here. So I'm just marking that so that I can cut that off. And I'm also making sure that all my little images are up the right way, because I wouldn't like for them to be upside down. And then afterwards I will go through and I can put some of the receipts and things in here, as well as some of my own ephemera and things like that. To notch or not to notch. The problem if I notch is that I've got 5 plus that little bit, and if I notch here, I think it's going to bother my eye, so I'm not going to notch. And I use the packaging quite a bit. In fact, every bit of packaging that I get, particularly on these sorts of things, I use, because why not? It's a good thing to use. It's nice and thick, so it'll make a really nice pocket. And once you cut the branding off, it's really cute. And what I want to do now is I want to get another piece of paper. Let's see what else we've got here. Like maybe this one. And I'll cut it down. And then I'm going to do, maybe I'll do like a fold over pocket with this one. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll do a fold over. So I'm going to start by trimming it to the 10 inches, which will roughly be where the Q, and now underneath the Q, let me get this up for you, underneath the Q here. So I'll trim this bit off and then I'll fold it over. In fact, what I might do, instead of trimming that off, is I might fold that up. If I fold that up to be a pocket and then fold that around to be a pocket, that might be an idea. Because this has got the edge on it, I will cut through here and then up again here, because I want this part here to be able to be turned over like the others. And this piece can go here, and then I need to cut through here again up to the score line, and then I want to turn this one over so that goes up, and then this one comes over like this. And I will cut through here as well. I don't know whether I'll just glue that up so I can put a pocket in here. I might take a little bit of it off, I think. Not sure if I like that pocket there now. It's not looking super great when it's opened like that. Perhaps it's the angle I've cut it at is too much. What'll I do? Will I cut it off or will I leave it? Actually, what I might do, that's a good idea. I've just come up with a different idea, hopefully a better idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a flip with this. So I'm going to take something. I just need to trim this. It's annoying me. I didn't get it quite straight when I did that. Okay, that's better. All right, so I'm going to put a flip on here. So I've got something that flips up. I just have to find something to go on there now. Right, so what I've done is I've ended up with a pocket there, but with this one I want to put a piece on it. So I've cut this piece here, just with a couple of men there, and I'm going to put it down here. And then I'm going to put something on top of it. So let's just stick it down to start with. So I want to be able to use it as a pocket. But because this one's got writing on the back as well as the thing on the front, I don't want to stick it down so that you lose that. I want it to be able to pivot. So initially I was going to use it to cover this up. Now I've changed my mind. I'm going to have to go with something else to cover that up. I'm thinking I need some washi. So I've pulled some washi out. Actually, I've got a brand new one that I haven't used yet. What brand? This is called Salvaged. I've had this before. I think I've had it before. I just got more. No, I may not have had it before because I don't recognise that one. But anyway, I thought that he did that one. That's what I'm going to use. So let's get this going. Yesterday was chaos at the shops. I was going off to do my shopping and I called in to see my daughter on the way. And then my son-in-law said, we've just got a lockdown notification. So I left there and I'd gone early so that I could do the shopping early and get it out of the way with. And I had a big list too. And then I went down and got to the shops and could barely get a car park. Luckily I did get a car park, and then the trolley was another challenge, but I found somebody who was putting theirs back and snaffled theirs, and when I was putting mine back someone did the same to me. They were like, can I have your trolley? So, but everyone was being incredibly polite about the whole thing, and you know, we just all waited in line. And once I did my big shop that I had to do, it took ages because you had to sort of fight your way through people who were waiting in queues, standing in front of all the things that people wanted to use and get to. But that's okay. That's just is what it is, isn't it? So that is that. And I don't think I want to do too much more to that because that'll be a bit of a novelty to her, for my cousin, to have the address on there, and you know, in Brisbane, being that she is in England. But I wanted to put something on here because I don't like that being exposed. So I was wondering what else I could put on here. I don't really want to use that other bit necessarily. I'm sure I've got another piece I cut off here somewhere. Oh, I've got this piece. I could use some of it, although if I put it up this way it'd be better because otherwise it's going to be up the wrong way, isn't it? I think I can live with the writing up that way. I thought I had another piece too that was, how big do I need? I need 3.5 inches. Okay. I think I'm just going to do that. In fact, thinking about that, maybe I can make this into another pocket here, maybe a side pocket. No, I think I'll do a top pocket. All right, so let's do that. Just want to make sure that this is stuck down well. In fact, what I'll do, instead of doing that, I will run a piece of washi across this to hold it in place so it doesn't lift underneath in the pocket. Because if it does that, then that's going to cause an issue in terms of trying to get things in and out of your pocket. So I could have run something else, but I had the washi out, so that's what I decided to use. And I'm going to butt it up against this washi tape. I don't want to cover that. Okay, so I'll put some glue around the outsides. And having said that, now I'm wishing that I notch this out. Let's get the ruler and do a bit of a weird backward. I'm very backward today. I'm not sure what's happening to me. Everything I'm doing is backward. I needed about 3 1/4. I'm trying to get it done before that glue dries. And not get the glue all over me at the same time. And the reason I'm notching that is because when I put this down and cut it, it may be hard to get things in and out. And if the notch is there, it's going to make it easy. So I need to cut here and trim that off. And then that will be fine. So I'll have this piece that comes up and then the pocket on that side. So I'll put that to one side and I'll work on another piece now. Okay, so I've got things everywhere, but I think I'm getting somewhere at last. So I've cut some more pieces to go in. I've got this one here, which is going to be our left-hand side, as is this one. I just want to mark these up so I can punch the hole in them. I might start putting some of these in. So I've decided I'll use some, just some twine to put it in initially, see how things go, and then I can see where I'm up to at that point, and I can always take it apart to do some more. And then on the back here I'm putting down this. I made this a while ago now. Just a little post envelope. Put the little things in there. I made some little pockets, and I know it's got that on it. I could turn it up this way, I suppose, couldn't I? No, I don't want it there. I want it to sit here. Okay, so that's going to fold over like that. I guess then I've defeated the purpose of covering it, haven't I? What can I do? I don't think I can do anything about that. I'm going to cover this side too. That's fine. I'll just stick it down now and hope for the best. I'm going to put it somewhere in the centre. Not measuring, just eyeballing it. And then over the top, I changed this out to a different one. Just it was a bit more, not quite as long, because, you know, it was a bit long for what I wanted. I'm going to put that here. Now, because I'm going to see this bit through here, I'll run some washi on there first. Just on either side of this envelope. What do I do with my scissors now? There they are. Okay. Now I need to cut this down, so that's fine. And then this will be another pocket just sitting on the edge of this paper, so that folds over it. So you are going to see a little bit here, but I'm not sure that that matters. No, I don't think it does matter. I've just decided. I do need to rip this off top and bottom though. What I've got to go in there are, where are they? These ones. Oh, yep, I already opened it. The mini Tim Holtz journaling cards. I thought they might look cute in there. I'm not sure how they'll go, but they won't poke in that far. Put 5 of them in. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, so that there's plenty of things to pull out and write on. And also in this one, they might be a bit too big for in there. Okay, let's think that again. Think that through. I wonder if I should fold them in half. Then they'd be a bit thicker. Let's fold one in half that I don't care if it doesn't work on. Try this one. Now when I fold that over, it's not going to pop out because they're all down far. I wonder if I need some washi tape here, because it's quite a bump, because I don't know if you remember when I made this, but I used file folder to create little folds so that it wouldn't get caught in something, you know, so I don't go all the way through. And also I did put this upside down. I'll have to remedy that. Let's try and remedy that now. I might pop this one down here, cover up some of the fact that I've got that upside down. Anyway, I like the 30 up there. And I've got a red one here for that top piece. Just move them around and make them look a bit prettier, like that. And then pop this one down. They are the Tim Holtz ticket book, if you're wondering what I'm using. And I want to get some words down as well. In here, I hope that one of these journaling cards will fit. That's fine. And I need something to put in this one as well. This might just become a piece of decoration because it's sticking on the peak of the envelope that's in there when I'm trying to put that in. I'm thinking I'm going to stick it down and it just becomes decorative. And that's going to look quite cool once I've finished it. It is getting quite thick already, but I think I can go again with probably, you know, a lot more pages in it, because I don't mind if it's a bit of a It's a bit of an open mouth book, it won't bother me. I'll put some sort of tie around it to hold it all together. And this is the part I was talking about, that I'm not going to cover this or this, but I may well put something down here just because it's got a bit of glue or something on it. And, or maybe I won't, maybe I'll just leave it in its natural state. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. This is Deborah. Thank you very much for watching today. Cheers.